Heidi, hi! What day are we on,
We're on
sir?
day 15.
Day 15, and where are we off to?
We're heading to Gainsborough.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. We just left Lincoln, beautiful city. It's very good. So we want to take a moment just here to talk about our experiences as entrepreneurs, programmers, data scientists in this world of business. Now, a lot of people ask us, what apps have you created for people? What have you done for companies? Well, I've done quite a few apps. I've done maybe 25, 30 apps myself. And Jafar actually created an app called Batlas. And Batlas basically uses artificial intelligence to predict the likelihood of success at your business. So let's just say you were in this lovely sleepy town. Look at this sleepy town, one a nice little log here. And you wanted to open up a coffee shop. It would take all of the information about this town into consideration and tell you how successful this business will be. And based on that, you decide if you want to go through the rigmarole of setting up a coffee shop here. The reason why I say this is because you have individuals that think you can just draw up an app, put it on the app store, and people will just start buying your app. People actually think that you should just come up with an idea and boom. Because when Jafar did do this app, it took him 3 years, one man. This app that no other app has this. The competition was Purple Bricks, Right Move, Zoopla. And what actually happens is this tool actually uses artificial intelligence. That's how we can predict the likelihood of success based upon over 100, I think it's like over 50,000 different variables. So when people stop us and say, what have you done, how can you do it? No, first of all, the client has got to know what the client wants and needs. If the client wants you to do a platform for them using artificial intelligence, and all they're doing is a simple website for buying scarves or shoes, well, you don't need an algorithm to do that. You can just set that up in JavaScript in the back end. A Shopify website based thing, or what you click and collect, boom, done. A lot of people just want to use these technologies because it's the thing to do. And then a lot of the times they don't want to pay premium. Look, it's a difference between driving a Maserati, a Bentley, a Rolls Royce to a Punto or to a Morris Minor. Which is it here? If you have a minimal viable product, which we're doing now, so we've learned from our mistakes. We were knocking on so many doors. The team and I were making so many calls. And you get to find out that the client doesn't know what they want. They think they do, they don't know what they actually want. And they don't have the amount of money to pay for it. Now, we have a minimal viable product here. It's an idea. Identify, verify, test. So we've identified that there's a community there. Autistic people need assistance, they need help. So instead of us to put our own hands in our own pockets and waste hundreds of time, hundreds of hours developing a tool and then getting out there and finding out no one wants it. Like Batlas is a perfect example. Batlas should cost hundreds of millions of pounds, but we're having to put that on the side now because of the situation at hand. No coffee shops are opening anytime soon. So, minimal viable product. Identify or market a need. Verify. We verify that by walking up to Scotland, you guys getting involved, donating to us. Thank you very much. We need some more. Donating to us, having some feedback, telling us some of the problems that you have. We want you to tell us the problems that you have so we can construct something for you. We have an idea, but we have to verify it by you telling us how it should look. You give us an idea, we'll build it. Then we verify again by having a small group of people that we can trust and depend on, that we can test that back and forth as. So we need some data. We need you to give us some information. We'll redact the names of the individuals, males, females, age, what sort of conditions they have in autism. If that's the wrong word, forgive me. So we have all of this information so we can collate it and start looking at it, exploratory. We're not coming up with this is exactly what it's going to be. We've got to explore the information that we have. Once we've done that, because you have assisted us, we are now doing it together. We're now doing it together as a collective, not as an individual, not as having a idea that we think is awesome and just putting it out there. Now we're working together as a team. Now we're working together as a community. So we've identified, we've verified, because we know we're getting donations that people think is a good idea. And then after that, we'll test. We'll test. What do you think of this design? What do you think of that design? But we can only use a small sample set of people. We're not going to get 100,000 people, maybe 100, maybe 200. So that when we do that now, and the word starts getting out there, now we have a product that we know that people will support and back. Then when we have a final product, then we can roll it out, and the people that assisted us in the beginning will be beneficiaries of this technology at a discount, but then it would positively affect other people, and that's exactly how these businesses work. Do you remember the time that we met that fellow and he told us we should just make some app? And do you remember?
I do.
More jumping through hoops. I'm telling you, in this world, in this business, you jump through more hoops than a dog at a dog show. Constantly jumping through hoops. Anyway, now that's about it. You've just got to understand, last minute here. So, for example, to bring it home to you, a lot of people know bread, different types of bread, sliced bread, brown bread, grains, raisins, gluten-free bread. You know bread and how you like it because everyone knows how it is. If you were in a country or an area that bread was scarce to get your hand on, you might have to spend lots of money on it if you really liked it. It's like going to Miu Miu, buying a Miu Miu bag, and Primani. There's a different class here, there's a different technique, there's a different sort of like feel towards this quality. So what's really happening is that a lot of you see the end product. You don't really see the materials, the hours needed in the bread, what goes into it, if it's healthy, the regulations, so on and so forth. And that's what we're doing with the software. We've got to think about security, encryption, all of these things. We've got to think 10, 20 years down the line. We've got to think about this software being able to modify itself on its own without us being there anymore. A better analogy is when you have a car, you go to a car mechanic. After you take it back from a car mechanic, you find out it's got a problem. What you want a car to do is tell you when the problem is about to happen, a week, 2 weeks down the line, and then you make the decision, the best price, the best mechanic for you to go over there for them to sort it out. Or if the car can sort out the problem itself, just press a button to confirm. That's the sort of technology we're talking about. Thank you very much.